Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and we're back with another 40k lore video. It's been a while, hasn't it? Today's topic will be the various subspecies of Tau that make up their caste system. So without further ado, let's begin. Many do not know that the Tau race is actually divided into various subspecies. While it is true that the Tau people came from a plains-dwelling race, some of the primitive Tau tribes found themselves having to migrate to some of the other planets' biomes, eventually evolving. Whilst they would still look like the original Tau, they would have different physical and mental characteristics brought on by their new surroundings. These subspecies of Tau would eventually join together and create the Tau Empire that we know, eventually being somewhat separated into a caste system. The names of these castes are as follows: Fire, also known as Shas in the Tau language. Earth, also known as Fio. Water, also known as Por. Air, also known as Kur. And Ethereal, also known as On. The Tau of the Fire caste can trace their origins back to those of the Plains Tau. By lineage, they are taller, stronger, and more aggressive, as their primitive tribes were hunters and gatherers. The Tau of the Fire caste formed the main bulk of the Tau military. The Tau that would eventually be known as the Earth caste were not as strong as the Tau of the Fire caste. Finding themselves to be easily hunted and attacked by raiding parties, they had to evolve in other ways, so they evolved their minds. These Tau would build great walls, becoming engineers and artisans, building defensive structures to be able to hold back their enemy. These Earth caste Tau would eventually be the builders and the scientists of the Tau Empire, with many, if not all, the technological advancements of the Tau coming from them. The Tau that would eventually be known as the Water caste lived their primitive lives next to bodies of water. Taller and slimmer than the already established Tau, they were masters of speechcraft, preferring the art of diplomacy rather than confrontation. When eventually becoming the Water caste, these Tau would serve as public servants, diplomats, and ambassadors to the Tau race, usually being the first of the Tau to establish contact with other alien species. The primitive Tau that eventually would become the Air caste found themselves migrating to the mountains of the world of Ta'au. There they evolved to be much taller and slimmer than any of the known Tau, also evolving thin membranes that would stretch between their limbs, allowing them to glide on air currents. This subspecies of Tau would eventually form the majority of the Tau Navy. Lastly, we have the Ethereal Caste, which resemble the Fire and the Water caste physically, except for a marked diamond-shaped ridge of raised bone across the center of their forehead. It is unknown when the ethereal subspecies of Tau came to be, as they only made themselves known to the other Tau subspecies during the end of the era known as Mon Tau. These Tau serve as leaders of the Tau race in both spiritual and diplomatic duties. They have a certain hold over the other sub-Tau species, even being famously known for creating the Path of Enlightenment, Tauva, or as it also is known, the Greater Good. I'll be elaborating on the various Tau castes individually over the next coming 40k videos, but until then, thank you so much for watching, and if you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you all again very soon.